Welcome back, beautiful people. I'm Christina, and you are following my journey of my self-development. It's been a long journey, however, my YouTube chronicles are fairly newer. But I was listening to Bob Proctor because I have the audiobook. It's called Born Rich. So I wanted to just share some stuff that I got from him the other day because you know me, I'm always listening to it while I'm driving. It's just, for me, it's like the only time I can really get any thinking done, and I mean real thinking. So instead of wasting that time listening to, music, I mean, don't get me wrong, once in a while it's nice to have some music and kind of relax and, put yourself in, a good mood or a great mood or whatever it is. Or sometimes we need to put, the sad songs on because you gotta release all that pain. Believe me, I've been there, done that, okay? A horrible breakup was actually what got me onto some country music because country music is so sad. Oh my God, country music is like the biggest heartbreak music ever. But I do love country now because, a really bad breakup will make you love some damn country songs. But anyways, honestly, now I don't even really waste time with music that much. I mean, every once in a while I might, but, for the most part, it's only 5 people in the car. But if I'm by myself, like, that's my time, that's me time. And you need to appreciate your time and value your time because no one else is going to care. People, are going to think that whatever they're saying or whatever they have to do is more important, and that's just human nature. There's nothing wrong with that. We all think, we're more important because, you have to be important to yourself, but sometimes we're not aware of other people's time. So that's okay. It's not, it's not a bad thing. It's just human nature. That's just how we are. So for me, my car time, it is the little bit of sanctuary that I can get. Kind of sucks that I don't really have my longer commutes like I used to because I really did utilize that time, and I loved having that time for my audiobooks, having that time just to turn off the music and be in silence and just kind of let my thoughts, run wild and kind of see, think of my plans. What am I going to do? What am I going to do the next day? What's my to-do list? So it kind of sucks that I don't have that much of a commute anymore, but I still have a short little 5-minute drive. And even in that short 5-minute drive, I will still utilize it. So instead of being like, oh, well, I don't have a long enough drive, there's no point in putting in an audiobook. No, because 5 minutes, you can get a lot of shit in 5 minutes, and it can just be that one little thing that you're going to get that can make the whole difference for the rest of your day. Something that I've been practicing, you guys know I'm big on affirmations. So I'd still been using my affirmations. I haven't been writing them down as often as I was, which I am, going to get back on. Of course, we always have to just, try to, work with our time and, keep on improving it because, believe me, I am human. I'm not perfect and I fall off the wagon all the time. So you just got to kind of get back on and just, just don't stop. Basically what it is. You might slow down a little bit. It can be whatever it is, your fitness goals, family, relationship goals, whatever it is, but you just got to get back on it and just, keep making sure that you're taking care of things. So what I've been doing is I've been saying my affirmations on the way to work. So I'm like, okay, I only got 5 minutes. So if I'm not listening to my audiobook, I'm just like, I'm going to turn it off, put it in silence, and I'm going to just, say my affirmations out loud. And it was actually funny because my fiance was driving to work and I didn't know he was following me behind me. So I'm sitting there talking, driving, I'm saying, I am this, I am this, I receive, 50,000 in passive income every month. And all of a sudden I hear somebody say, who the hell are you talking to? And I turn around and I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, I'm saying my affirmations. So I might look like a retard, to somebody, in the car, but I mean, you see people singing their freaking lungs out all the time. So why not, instead of singing Beyonce or Rihanna or some shit that ain't gonna fucking pay you, make you no money, say your affirmations. Say some stuff that's gonna help start your day off right. That's gonna, bring that positivity energy that you need for yourself. Because like I said, nobody else is gonna do it for you. It's all in your control and it's your responsibility and only your responsibility. So don't blame other people. Don't point the fingers. You have control of it. So to kind of get back on track really quick, I know I'm kind of going on a rant, but so just really quick with Bob Proctor, I was listening to my audiobook. It's called Born Rich. He does have a workbook that comes with it that you can download. You guys know I get my audiobooks because I'm an audible.com member, which I think is freaking awesome. I highly recommend it to everybody. It's only $14.99 a month, and then you get access. You get one audiobook a month with that $14.99 fee. Sometimes I'll just let my credits, stack up. So I might let like 3 months go by, and then on my 3rd month I have 3 credits, and then I get 3 audible books. So it's pretty cool. So with that though, it does come with the workbook. I wonder if this is going to show backwards or not. Well, this is says I was born rich. So it's a little workbook. It's, how many pages is it? I go to my old job and I use their printer because I love that printer. And so I just go over there, and even though I don't work there anymore, I use their paper and ink. So this is 72 pages, which isn't really too bad. And I've actually, last night I was up late trying to get caught up on it, and I'm on page 16, and it was pretty quick. I just kind of ran through it. It's not long. It just gives you little diagrams and stuff to read. So what he was talking about the other day that I really stopped and, I was like, man, I really need to do that, because you hear about it a lot. And even though, yes, I'll write goals and I'll write things down, but he said, create your story. And I've heard John Assaraf talk about this too. But sometimes, again, you have to hear it a different way, or you have to hear it from a different person, which is exactly why I indulge myself in self-development from different mentors, different leaders, different, business people, entrepreneurs, anybody who's successful that I want to follow. Not your fucking Uncle Jose or anything like that, okay? Not people who fucking are still, all sad because they fucking missed out on their dreams, or talking shit, being haters, okay? Not those people. Don't take their advice, okay? Because half the time those people, they were too afraid to go after their goals, okay? So what are they going to do? They're going to make you feel the same way. You can't do that. You're not going to be this. Why waste your time? You're never going to be a star, whatever the case is, okay? Don't listen to those people. I'm talking about mentors, successful people. People have been through it. So, like I said, I've heard John Assaraf say it before, but when Bob Proctor was talking about it, when I was driving the other day, leaving the gym, I was like, okay, you know what? The way he said it, it just kind of clicked to me. Like, okay, now I really need to do that. So he talks about creating your story. And he says, create your story in the present tense. So create the life that you want to live, but don't say it in any past tense. Not, I will be a millionaire. I will, find the man of my dreams, or I will, have children, or I will this. Don't say it like that. Say it as if you're already living it. So you need to create your story as if you're writing a novel or a book, but create your story as if you're already living it. So what would your life look like? How would it be if you were living that life that you dreamt of right now? No negatives, nothing negative. Everything has to be in a positive. He says, because the subconscious mind does not know the difference. So the subconscious mind doesn't know what's lie and what's truth and what's wrong. So any of your belief systems, whether it's a lie or whether it is truth, your subconscious mind doesn't know that. And that's why it's our job to program our subconscious mind. But that's the great thing. The great thing about it is, instead of having those negative beliefs like, women never make it in the workforce, or, whatever the negative shit you want to say, whatever it is, instead of saying those things and believing it, because again, your subconscious mind is going to believe it, and it's going to bring it into existence, because it doesn't know whether that's the truth or not. It just says, hey, you think, women can't succeed in life. So therefore, your wish is my command. Women aren't going to succeed. Therefore, you're not going to succeed. And all you're going to see is women not succeeding. So instead of having that negative belief system, the great thing is that you get to change it. Isn't that fucking awesome? So create your story of what you do want to be. What reality do you want to see? So he has, even on this little workbook I was reading last night, he has little diagrams, and it even shows how it says basically just think of your mind. When you visualize your mind, don't think of like a brain. When you think of the mind, most people don't know what the mind looks like. So there's a lot of confusion. With confusion comes doubts, comes worries, comes, you don't really know what you want. There's not really a detail of what, your beliefs. Everything's a little bit, I believe this sometimes, or I believe that sometimes. And then your results in your life will show that. It'll show the confusion, because you might start succeeding and going up, or then you might start failing and going down. And I deal with this a lot too. So this is exactly why I'm on this journey, trying to learn, figure out how can I improve that, and how can I turn it all around for myself and teach others. Because for me, if I'm succeeding, I'm going to show other people how to do it if they're willing and wanting to learn. So the diagram I really like that he shows, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or if it's backwards in this camera, but it says the conscious mind. So it's basically saying, think of your conscious mind like on the top here, okay? And then think of your subconscious mind on the bottom. So think of your mind as in, like a half here. See this diagram? Now he says you have the ability to filter what goes into your subconscious mind. So if you have a thought and something goes into it, you can basically filter it. Do you want it to stay here and basically go into your subconscious mind, or do you want to release it and get rid of it? I do that a lot. Sometimes I'm even kind of a bitch about it. Because sometimes people might say something and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't even want it in my head. Just get it out. Just stop, block. Like, I seriously do this shit all the time. Because I hear people say things like, oh, I don't know, the government this, the government that, all they want to do is everything is this and that. And then, you know, and it's easy to just to be like, yeah, you're right. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, like, I don't want to agree with you, because if it's negative, what is that serving me? If it's anything negative, it's not serving me at all. So I don't even want to think about it. So what did he say? He did say something about that, what I had just said too. He said, when someone says something, or, you know, gives a negative thought to you, let me find it. It was actually a really good little quote. He says, because you basically have the power to choose whether you want to allow that into your subconscious mind or not. So he said, I can't find it here, but it was something like, you know, when you come across a thought like that, like, you have to ask yourself, is this thought going to, like, better me, or is this thought gonna, you know, affect me? How did he say? Oh, here it is. I found it. Sorry, guys. It says, will this idea improve the quality of my life? So think about that. Sometimes when people say shit like, you know, like, oh, you know, the government this or the government that, or the president this, or, you know, or, oh, you know, I don't know, you know, men are always this, or there's no good men, or, you know, all men are liars, or, you know, whatever the negative thought is, you know, because people be coming up with some crazy shit all the time. You want to ask yourself, is this idea going to improve the quality of my life? Now, if the answer is no, then disregard that shit. Then don't fucking listen to it. That's somebody's negative experience. Now, it's not to say that, you know, what they're feeling isn't valid. Yes, they have every right to feel those things, but they're going to keep attracting the same shit because of those negative feelings and those negative thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying? So just for example, if somebody's in a bad relationship, you know, and they've been in it for years. I mean, I've been there, done that. You keep attracting yourself because you're doing the same thing. You're creating those same feelings, and all you're focused on is the negative and the negative, instead of actually changing, doing something to change your circumstance. Do you see what I'm saying? So if that negative idea, if someone says something, you know, I'm not saying go and tell them, oh my gosh, you're wrong, shut the fuck up. No, I'm not saying that. But just, you know, understand that you don't have to absorb that thought. Okay, you don't have to sit here and believe it. Half the time what I do is I'm just like, oh, okay. And that's it. Like, I have nothing to say about it, because number one, I'm not going to acknowledge what you said, because I don't want to believe that's true. I mean, maybe I might have a negative experience similar, and I might want to think that. I know if I do, it's not going to improve the quality of my life. So I don't want to believe it. So I choose not to. So I'm going to not acknowledge it, just brush it off. And then number two, I'm just going to quickly change the subject to something else, because, you know, if it's not an idea that's going to serve me, then I don't really want to focus on it. I don't want to focus the energy on it. So I do have friends who vent to me, and that's great. We need those people that we can vent to. But again, just try to turn it around into a positive, and let them try to start to focus on you know, what can become, you know, what they are capable of, what things are going to come for them, instead of focusing on the past. So that was really good. So again, my main point is also to understand that you have the power to basically choose whether you want to absorb that thought or not. And just, if it doesn't, just get it out of your head. Like, that's what I do. Half the time, just like, sometimes I might be kind of rude, because I'm just kind of like, I don't really care. You know, Jacob says I'm kind of rude about it, but you know, if it's not going to serve me, I just don't want to waste my energy on it. You know, it's just bottom line. So, that was pretty much it. So I did want to mention, I think it's really important that we should, all of us, which I'm going to finish tonight, because I only got to page 16 in the workbook. I'm going to create my story, and I'm going to do it all in present tense, you know, visualize my life how I want it to be, you know, to the details. And Bob Proctors says, you know, the more details, the more your subconscious mind is going to believe it to be a reality, and the more it's going to come and bring to you. And that's not to say you're not going to have to do work behind it. Of course, you have to take action on those ideas, because we all get $1 million ideas. How many times have you seen something and you're like, oh shit, I thought of that idea. You had that $1 million idea, but did you do anything about it? No. So we have to take action for our thoughts. And those thoughts are there for a reason, because it's $1 million idea. It's either you choose to act on it and to pursue it, and, you know, use your subconscious mind to help you create that reality, or you just let it pass you and you have those doubts and those fears like everybody else, like your Uncle Jose and whoever else who wants to talk shit and be a hater. So I'm going to work on that tonight. So I just thought it'd be a great idea to share if that's something you guys might want to do. I don't know what page it's on. I'm going to see just so I can see what it looks like, because I still have a few more other pages to get through before I get to it. I think he said it was on page 32. Let's see, is this one? There's a lot of good stuff in this workbook, actually. I'm gonna go through it tonight. So hopefully if I get some more stuff out of it, then I'll maybe share it next week, or do another video, because I don't get that much time to do these anymore, unless I need to maybe just start doing them in my car again, because again, that's like the only sanctuary time I get, you guys. But yeah, so he does kind of say, you know, recognize the difference between what you want or desire and that which you have been expecting. So he goes into more details about this, so I kind of how to understand it. And, you know, because whatever you expect in life, you're going to get. So if you're expecting, you know, like, oh, as soon as I'm getting ahead, something brings me back down. Well, you're expecting that, and you're saying it, and you're creating it, and you're manifesting it into existence. So don't say that shit, okay? So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to share that. Again, I just get excited about the things that I learned, because it's always like such a light bulb and such like, man, okay, I know I've heard this before, but why does it suddenly make sense? And, you know, because we're constantly growing. And, you know, think about when you were younger and someone gave you advice and you really didn't give a shit about it at the time. But then as you got older, you were like, dang, why didn't I, you know, take that advice? Or what was I thinking? Or, you know, why didn't it make sense to me then? It's because you're a different person. You're always changing. You're always growing. So sometimes that's why they say, you know, reread a book, or listening to an audiobook, or just any positive thing, because you're going to get something different out of it the next time around, and each and every time that you hear it, because you're a different person every time. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for listening to my little ramble. And if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me or find me on my IG, or Facebook or anything like that, because this is the stuff that I love talking about. This is the stuff that I love sharing, because again, I am trying to improve every day as much as I can, even if it's a little bit, even if I spend 5 minutes on it or 10 minutes on it, or just my 5 minutes in my car on my way to work. So anything that I'm learning, I'm always willing to share. Okay, so thank you guys for listening and watching my video, and please subscribe and tell other people to subscribe, because we all want a better quality of life. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that wants a better quality of life. I think you might too. So just subscribe and let's learn together. Let's get on the self-development journey together, and anything I'm learning, you can learn from me. And again, I just love talking about it. So you guys have a great day. Remember, spread kindness out there, because the world needs it. Give a compliment, open the door for somebody, you know, just do something nice. You know, one little thing that you do nice, honestly, is going to make you feel 10 times better. Whether that person appreciated it or not, you're going to feel like a better person. And that's really the goal here, is becoming better for us and growing and living a better quality of life. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.